We're finally in 2024, so should we be expecting the Switch 2 later this year from Nintendo? Let's talk about it. Hello there everybody, welcome to The Comfy Spot. My name is Tyler and today we are going to be talking about what we should expect from Nintendo later on this year, specifically the Switch 2. Yes, the Switch 2, the one that we have all been waiting for, the one that we've been anticipating for quite a while now, because the original Nintendo Switch came out in 2017, and in the more recent years, its age has been starting to show in a couple different games, whether it be first-party games such as the Pokemon games, whether it be Scarlet and Violet or Legends Arceus. We're seeing some framiness going on in games such as the Legends of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And then there's also, third-party crazy ports happening, such as Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, and more recently, the Batman Arkham Collection, which have been not the best technically. Impressive that it's there on Switch at all, but still not the best technically. So all that said, it's been a while. People have been wondering, people have been anticipating, okay, the new Switch, the next bit of hardware should be coming soon, it should be on the horizon. The Switch is really getting kind of close to the end of its life cycle, and as we got to the end of 2023, we've been wondering where are certain games, where are big games that we've been waiting for to hear about. What is the next set of games that we have coming from Nintendo first party in 2024? And the only ones that we've gotten announcements of have been Princess Peach Showtime and the Mario vs. Donkey Kong game. And these games, they seem more like, Princess Peach looks cool, Mario vs. Donkey Kong looks cool, but they're definitely not ones where it's like, alright, big, heavy hitter type game that you're, going out swinging with. It definitely seems like a game where we're like, you know what? Our life cycle is coming to an end. We could start putting out some, it's still AAA games, but still like a bit lower key games, and our bigger games will be coming with the new hardware on the horizon. So with that said, the Nintendo Switch 2, or what I'm calling the Switch 2, that might not be the name, I prefer the name the Super Nintendo Switch, but for the sake of this conversation, we'll call it Switch 2. Now, what do I think is going to happen with the Switch 2 this year? Now, number one, first up, yes, I do believe the Switch 2 will be releasing this year. I think specifically it'll probably be releasing early to mid-November, definitely before the holiday season kicks in. If I was to bet though, probably, like I said, early mid-November. Definitely, I don't see it happening any earlier than like middle of September. That seems a bit too early in my opinion. I don't think they would put it out before TGS. I think maybe they put it out a bit after TGS. But I mean, hey, crazier things have happened. So definitely no earlier than September, most likely early to mid-November. Now, how much do I think it'll be costing when it comes out? I think it's going to cost about $400. The original Switch cost, I believe it was $350 when it first came out, $350 or $300. I can't remember exactly how much it was. It's crazy. I have one and time has gone by like crazy. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was $300 when it first came out. The Switch, yes, it was $300 because the Switch Lite is $250 and the OLED is $350. Or the Switch Lite is $200. The numbers, pricing is all out of my head right now. But that being the case, that's why I believe the Switch 2 is going to be $400. It's seeming like it's going to be a notable bump in terms of specs, in terms of what it's going to be able to do compared to the original Switch. Granted, I haven't kept up with many reports and rumors and everything like that, but based off the ones I do remember seeing, looks like it's going to be having some form of NVIDIA DLSS in it. I believe some reports have said that it was running the Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine 5 demo at, I believe it was Gamescom this past year in 2023. The reports coming out of that from VGC, if I'm right, VGC and Eurogamer, that Nintendo was showing off like I guess demo hardware for what the new Switch is going to be, and they were demoing the Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine on it. So it seems like, okay, going to be a notable bump in terms of specs, in terms of power and everything. So that's what I'm expecting. $400 is going to be the price. I don't think it's going to be the same $300. I don't think they do $350 either. Putting it at the same level as the OLED, that seems a bit interesting, seems a bit weird to do that. So $400 is what I'm expecting the price to be. Now, when do I think, here's the bigger question, when do I think we will first hear about the Nintendo Switch 2? It's a big question. It's an interesting question. And I think we're going to be hearing about it in the coming months, but not very soon like some people might be hoping. Now, last year, Nintendo did say that they were not going to be releasing any new hardware before April of 2024. So, that being the case, already knew wasn't happening until April at the earliest when this thing is going to be coming out, or most likely getting announced, period. So that in my mind, I'm like, all right, cool. It's gonna be a later in the year thing. It's gonna be a later in the year release. For holiday release is when the Switch 2 is gonna come out. That in mind, I'm also thinking back to when the first Switch came out and how that announcement rollout happened. And if I'm correct, it was first announced like November, December, and then we got like a bigger conference for it in January, February the following year, and then it came out in March of that year. So it was a pretty quick turnaround from announcement to release. I think it'll be a bit longer this time around. I think it's going to be a bit longer. I anticipate the Switch 2 being announced in either April or May. Okay, I know some people have been theorizing, and maybe we'll get the announcement of the new Switch 2 at a February Direct, because Nintendo always does a February Direct. Maybe they'll announce it there. They could, yes, I'm not going to say it's outside the realm of possibility. I just don't think they will. They don't need to do a direct to announce the new hardware. The announcement of the new hardware is probably most likely going to be its own individual thing. They can do a direct that'll show another trailer for Princess Peach, another trailer for Mario, and then a Mario vs. Donkey Kong. And then, a bunch of third-party things, maybe some not virtual console stuff, Nintendo Switch Online stuff, some older games like that. They could do stuff like that for a Nintendo Direct. I don't think, and even then, whenever the February Direct happens, I don't think it's going to be the big heavy hitter everyone is hoping or expecting it to be, because I'm pretty sure Nintendo's saving all those big announcements for the actual reveal of their Switch 2, which I don't think is happening in February. I'm thinking April or May, most likely, because it's going to be, again, I'm thinking they're not going to release it until after April. So in my mind, we have that in there. We have Princess Peach in March as well, and then Mario vs. Donkey Kong as well in the near future. I don't think they're going to want to announce the new hardware until those games are out, until at least Princess Peach is out for sure. They're not going to announce their new hardware until then. That way it's like, okay, the Switch real life cycle of big games is kind of done or winding down right now. Here's what the future is after Princess Peach comes out. That's why I'm not expecting an announcement of the Switch 2 until April at the earliest. April, May is very likely. It's definitely going to happen though before June, because June is Summer Game Fest. It has to happen before then, because any games that are coming out to the Switch 2 later this year are going to be shown there for sure. And you don't want to hamper developers and publishers to be like, hey, it's maybe coming to a Nintendo thing. Who knows? You gotta wait and find out. No, they're gonna want to have this announced prior to June. And most likely a bit ahead of June. That way any games that get teased or announced before Summer Game Fest can also say, hey, we're gonna be there on the new Switch hardware. So I'm expecting this announcement to happen anywhere between beginning of April to I'll say beginning of April to roughly the middle of May is when I'm expecting us to hear about and see the Nintendo Switch 2. I don't think we'll get an announcement of a release date there or a price or anything like that. I expect it to simply be something maybe similar to the original Switch reveal, which is just that video showing the hardware, showing people playing it on rooftops and at other places and parties and so on and so forth, and showing some games that are coming out for it, but like not saying the names of the games, but we're like, hey, this is a new that, this is a new that. That's what I expect this announcement to be like. So that's what I'm expecting in terms of the announcement. And of course, I'll say real quickly in terms of specs, I'm expecting it hopefully 1080p in portable mode. 4K docked would be awesome. I mean, maybe this with the the reports that have come out there, it's possible. I'm not a specs guy, so I'm not going to say whether it is or isn't, but that would be cool. I'm not hanging my hat on. I'm not putting all my eggs in that basket though. Now, in terms of game announcements, what games do I think will be announced for the Switch 2? I think there are a couple easy, contenders that you can expect to be announced for it, such as, new 3D Mario Kart Dai properly being announced for it, Metroid Prime 4 finally being re-revealed again and shown and confirmed it's coming to Switch 2 like we all expected for the past 2 years now. Those are kind of given announcements you would expect for it. A boat I'm gonna toss out there for a couple fans that I actually kind of forgot about, and I don't think many people have been talking about in terms of, hey, maybe this could be coming to Switch too. That being Xenoblade Chronicles X. Maybe that can get a remastered version on the Switch too. It is the only Xenoblade Chronicles game that I am aware of, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure it's the only one, that has not been brought forward from an older console. Xenoblade Chronicles, the original, got remastered for the Switch. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is here on the Switch, of course, that came out on the Switch. We got Xenoblade Chronicles 3 on the Switch. Chronicles X, that's the only one that's just been left in the dust on the Wii U. And I think it's one of the last few Wii U games that has not been ported over from the Wii U to the Switch. It'd be the perfect game. It'd be like, hey, Xenoblade fans, we know Xenoblade Chronicles 3 just wrapped up recently. The DLC just came out. That trilogy is kind of done as far as I know. We know you guys might be waiting or wanting something new from Xenoblade, but in the interim, in the meantime, Xenoblade Chronicles X is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 with a better hardware. We can, get this awesome open world and all this awesome stuff here that we got going on with that game. That'll be here for you guys to play on the go and at home, however you want to. That'd be an awesome win, an awesome move right there that I think Nintendo might be wanting to make along with Monolith Soft. I think they might be thinking about that. Another one, or two other ones, that have been long, rumored and wanted and anticipated: Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. For the love of God, I hope that these are actually announced for the Switch 2 to be coming to the platform at some point in the near future. These are the only two Zelda games, if I'm correct to my knowledge, that are not available on the Switch to be played. Like, yes, not all of them can be bought. Some of them are, through the Switch Online program and everything. But Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, two beloved games, not available on the Switch. We got Skyward Sword there. We have the other ones. It's just like, come on, we got to bring this one forward. We got to bring these two forward, actually. So I think those will be there for sure. And just for funsies, I don't actually think this would happen, but I think it'd be really funny, third-party wise, if like Cyberpunk was announced to be coming to the Switch too. If that was like a big third-party get, like, what? You guys got Witcher on the original Switch? Well, guess what? We're getting Cyberpunk on the Switch too. Like, that'd be insane to see happen. It'd be crazy. I wonder how that would even work out. But all that said, in terms of these announcements here, what do I think will be like launch day, launch window? Honestly, I don't believe Metroid Prime 4 will be a launch day game for the Switch 2. I think Metroid Prime 4 is definitely more like a within the first 6 months type of game, or at least first year pushing at the most. But I think first 6 months is going to be a nice window for that one to come out in. Really, launch day is between 3D Mario and Mario Kart 9. And I think a great bet would be 3D Mario. 3D Mario, it's a great one. It's an awesome one. At the same time, Mario Kart sells consoles. Mario Kart sells gangbusters. So you really can't go wrong with either one being your launch day game for new hardware, for a new Switch. Mario Kart is really casual, really fun and everything like that, whereas 3D Mario, maybe they, that leads more into whatever the new gimmick would be, or maybe just whatever the new gimmick is of that game, not the new gimmick of the hardware per se, especially if it's going to be, Switch again, just more powerful. So I don't know. I'm not sure between 3D Mario, Mario Kart 9, what is launch day. If you had to put me at gunpoint and tell me to pick one, I would probably go with a new 3D Mario, whether that be Odyssey 2 or some brand new idea, who knows. If you had me at gunpoint, I'd probably say new 3D Mario would be there on launch day. That way Switch runs in with an awesome game, similar to how Switch 2 comes in with an awesome game, similar to how the original Switch came in with Breath of the Wild day one. 3D Mario would definitely be a game that would move units for sure if that was there for Switch 2 on day one. And then Mario Kart 9, if that's not 6 months out, that could be like the one that comes out later, closer to the 1 year mark of the Switch 2's life cycle, similar to how Mario Odyssey was that game for the original Switch. Breath of the Wild at the start of the year, Mario Odyssey end of the year. If we do it like this now, 3D Mario launch day, Mario Kart 9 at the end, Metroid Prime 4 in the middle right there. And then Xenoblade Chronicles X, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess HD, maybe those could be like in those interim months as well, alongside, whatever other games that are out there. There's also been that rumored Donkey Kong 2D game that people have been waiting for a while. Maybe that's somewhere in the works. There was rumors about a Star Fox racing game. Maybe that's still actually a thing, or maybe a brand new Star Fox game comes. Who knows? There's so many different ideas, so many different possibilities, and that's not even touching on third-party games, indie games that might be exclusive to the Switch 2 for however long they are. Anything is really possible. But honestly, 2024 for Nintendo is going to revolve solely around Switch 2, in my opinion. That is the one thing to look forward to. That is the one question on everyone's mind. That's the one thing everyone is anticipating, the Switch 2. And I fully believe it's going to come later this year, and we will be hearing about it fairly soon in the coming months. What do you all think, though? Let me know down in the comment section below what you all think about the Switch 2 coming this year. Do you also anticipate a $400 price tag? Do you think it's going to be coming in the September to November timeframe like I predicted? Do you think any of those games that I announced will be there? What do you think the launch lineup will be? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm also going to be doing another video similar to this, one for PlayStation, about my thoughts for them in 2024, and another one for Xbox as well, with my thoughts for them in 2024. So keep an eye out for those videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way you will know as soon as those videos go live and you can watch them. Stay up to date and everything. Leave a like on this video, and again, let me know your thoughts down below. I've been Tyler. Thank you all for watching. I'll talk to you all next time. Have a good one.